minute, but let me now go across to Braj Gupta. Mr. Gupta, you know, Ravish Naresh, the Khata Book founder, had taken to Twitter complaining about the abysmal state of infrastructure in Bengaluru, the bad roads and constant power cuts, and one can understand that is a huge challenge for anyone trying to run a business in Bengaluru. But what do you make of this entire controversy that is now snowballing with a growing religious divide in Karnataka? Somebody as eminent as Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw has had to raise this issue in the recent past. She appealed to the Chief Minister to address this issue, saying that if we don't, then it is going to destroy India's global leadership. You're an entrepreneur. I want to ask you a simple question. In a society where there is unrest, where communities cannot coexist in harmony, can there be economic growth? Can there be prosperity? Is that even possible?
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation. Let's not have an answer in yes or no. It's very important to have a holistic view of the matter. And I'm reminded of the words of Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, "Wah waqt gaya, wah daur gaya, jab do qaumoं का नारा था, वे लोग गए इस धरती से, जिनका मकसद बंटवारा था." Having said this, it is very important to have the matter in the right perspective. Dr. Abbas was talking about respecting the constitution, and each panelist is talking about and is speaking against what Mr. Vishwa said, the spokesperson of BJP. I am here not to speak for or against, but it is important to understand that we have supremacy of the law in the country. Constitution is nothing but the supremacy of the law. We had a judgment by a full bench, and therefore it was very important to respect the judgment. People had every right to appeal, and they did. But how can we justify a ban simply because the judgment was not in their favor? Point one. Point two, as you are talking about infrastructure, I have got to agree with you that infrastructure is a must for the better economy, especially for a state like Karnataka. Karnataka is a place which attracts talent from.
But what about communal harmony, sir? Yes, infrastructure is absolutely essential for economic growth, but what about communal harmony? The question I asked you was, can any society which is racked by unrest prosper?
Certainly not. But let me ask you, can a bird fly with one wing? Even a great Hindu like Swami Vivekananda was aware of the importance of communal harmony, and he highlighted that for our own motherland, a junction of two great systems, Hinduism and Islam, Vedanta, brain and Islamic body, is the only hope. And therefore, how can I disagree? Communal harmony has been the very essence and edifice of Indian constitution, Indian society. That is what we call the mosaic culture. India is not for the Hindus, nor is India for the Muslims, nor is India only for the Christians.
I agree with you, Mr. Gupta. You've put it very well. India belongs to every Indian, regardless of their religion, regardless of their caste, regardless of their gender. That is what we have to remember at the end of the day. And whether anyone likes it or not, it is a secular, democratic, inclusive, pluralistic republic. I will conclude this debate by saying anyone who foments trouble, whether they belong to this community or that community, deserves to be dealt with firmly. It is, we have to stop this othering of one community. Ultimately, it is about equality. It is about upholding the rule of law. And surely the government cannot be seen as batting for one community and constantly othering another. That does not augur well for Karnataka, and that does not augur well for India. On that note, thank you very much to my guests for joining me on the show, and thanks to the viewers for watching.